Okay, this week's tip is a math tip, and this is something that I used to do with my math students when I had groups. I would set out a little jar, and I usually use the same jar, and I would fill that jar with some items that are consistently the same shape and the same size. And then I would tell the students, this is what 5 of these items look like. And then I would ask them to take a guess on how many of those items are in this jar. So they would write their guess on a piece of paper. Let's see. So everybody would write their guess on a piece of paper. Okay, and then we would dump out the jar of items, and we would break them into groups of 5, because that was my standard that we were looking at. So then I would ask them, okay, let's see if we can count how many. And they would count 5, 10, 15, 20, and 23. So then they would be able to tell whether their guess was close or not. This was used to help build number sense in your students so that they get a feel for how many are in a group of items. If you want to start doing this, start with some large items such as these blocks. You can use Legos. I just picked all kinds of things that I had from around the house. And then eventually I moved to using smaller items to make it a little more difficult. And we could increase, oh, there's some that are flashing in there. Students will like that. And then what I would do is I would put out maybe 10 of the items and say, this is what 10 items would look like. Say 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is what 10 items would look like, and then I would ask them to make a guess as to how many items they believe are in this jar. And then they would write the guess, and then we would dump it out on the table, and we would group the items into piles of 10, and then we would determine how many items were in here. But this is one way that you can help to build number sense, and the kids really love it because they get to take a guess at something, and they love the ability to be able to group things, and it reinforces counting by 5s, counting by 10s, counting by 2s, and you can change up the number of items that they have to look at depending upon the needs of your student.